Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present you a tutorial on topic radial nerve. In this video, we are going to cover the course and branches of radial nerve. This is the part 1 of this topic. In the second part of this topic, we would cover the clinical correlations related to radial nerve. So let's start. So you guys are already familiar with this diagram, right? This is the diagram of your brachial plexus. We have already done a separate video on brachial plexus. So we are concerned with the origin of your radial nerve. So here you can see that the radial nerve is originating. It is continuation of your posterior cord. This is your posterior cord in pink, and the radial nerve is continuing as posterior. It is a continuation of the posterior cord of your brachial plexus, and it is carrying fiber from C6, C7, C8 and T1. So what is the root value of your radial nerve? That is C5 to T1. Is it clear to all of you? Coming to the course and branches of your radial nerve. So radial nerve originates from your posterior cord of your brachial plexus. After originating from your posterior cord, it enters the axilla, and in axilla it gives 3 branches. It supplies your posterior cutaneous nerve of arm, long head of triceps muscle and medial head of triceps muscle. In the axilla, it lies posterior to your axillary artery and anterior to your posterior wall of axilla. It means it is present between your axillary artery and posterior wall of axilla. Then it enters the arm at lower border of your teres major muscle. Right, it enters the arm at lower border of teres major muscle and passes between long head and medial head of triceps. Right. After it has entered the arm, it enters the arm at your lower border of your teres major muscle, and it passes between the long head and medial head of triceps. Right? And it is present medial to your profunda brachii artery. You can see the profunda brachii artery marked in red in this diagram. It is present medial to profunda brachii artery. Is that clear to all of you? Then it enters your radial groove. It reaches your radial groove, also known as spiral groove. So here the radial nerve lies in direct contact with the spiral groove. The spiral groove, after reaching the spiral groove, it lies in direct contact with the humerus, and here it gives 5 branches. In the spiral groove, it gives 5 branches. It gives 3 muscular branches and 2 cutaneous branches. 3 muscular branches to anconeus, 2 lateral head of triceps. Just a minute. It gives 2 muscular branches to anconeus, 2 medial head of triceps. The nerve to medial head of triceps is originating in the axilla, but it is supplying the medial head of the triceps, which lies in your region of arm, right? And then it is also supplying your lateral head of triceps. So all the heads of your triceps muscle is supplied by the radial nerve. Then in the region of your spiral groove, it gave 3 muscular branches and it gives 2 cutaneous branches. Cutaneous branches to lower lateral cutaneous nerve of arm and posterior cutaneous nerve of forearm. Although the posterior cutaneous nerve of forearm originates in the region of your spiral groove, but it supplies the region of your forearm, right? So as the name suggests, it is a sensory nerve which would supply the forearm, but it arises in region of your spiral groove of arm. So is this clear to all of you? it enters your arm at the lower border of your teres major muscle. Then it passes between your long head of triceps and medial head of triceps muscle. It is present medially to your profunda brachii artery, and then it enters the region of your spiral groove. In the region of spiral groove, it gives 3 muscular branches and 2 cutaneous branches, and after it passes through your lateral intermuscular septum. It passes through lateral intermuscular septum, right? And then it enters the anterior compartment of your arm. Now it has entered the anterior compartment of arm. The spiral groove is basically present on the posterior surface of your humerus. So radial nerve it was on the posterior surface of the humerus until the spiral groove. Then it passes through your lateral intermuscular septum, and then it enters the anterior surface of your arm, right? Now in anterior compartment, it gives 3 branches. 3 branches to your brachialis muscle, to brachioradialis, to extensor carpi radialis longus, right? It gives 3 muscular branches to brachialis, brachioradialis, and then extensor carpi radialis longus, and articular branches to elbow joint, right? I hope the course of your radial nerve in the region of arm is clear to all of you. So now coming to the course and branches of your radial nerve in the forearm and hand. So after supplying the arm at the level of your lateral condyle of your humerus, it terminates and gives 2 branches, right? It gives 2 branches. It terminates and gives 2 branches. First is your posterior interosseous nerve and a superficial branch of radial nerve. The posterior interosseous nerve is the deep branch and the superficial branch is sensory. The posterior interosseous nerve enters the cubital fossa and it gives 2 muscular branches. That is to your supinator muscle and to extensor carpi radialis brevis, right? In cubital fossa, the posterior interosseous nerve gives 2 branches, to supinator and to extensor carpi radialis brevis. Fine. After supplying these 2 muscles, it enters the posterior compartment. It enters your posterior compartment of the forearm and it supplies all the extensor muscles, right? It supplies your extensor digitorum, extensor digiti minimi, extensor carpi alaris, abductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis. I'm sorry, this is not hand. This is your hand. It is marked wrong. I'm sorry. Then it supplies your extensor pollicis longus, extensor indicis, and it gives articular branches to your inferior radioulnar joint and wrist joint, right? So these muscles, all these muscles are your extensors of your forearm and it is present in the posterior compartment of your forearm, right? So radial nerve, the deep branch of your radial nerve, that is posterior interosseous nerve, it supplies supinator and extensor carpi radialis brevis in the cubital fossa and extensor digitorum, extensor digiti minimi, and all the extensors of your forearm that is present in the posterior compartment, right? And it gives then articular branches to your inferior radioulnar joint and wrist joint, right? I hope this is clear to all of you. So now coming to the superficial branch of your radial nerve, right? We studied about the posterior interosseous nerve, the deep branch. Now we will study about the superficial branch of your radial nerve. So the superficial branch, this is your superficial branch, right? It is present laterally to your radial artery, right? Radial artery is present medially to the radial nerve. Then the radial nerve runs in the forearm and it passes under your tendon of brachioradialis. The structures in green are the tendons. The structures marked in green are the tendons. So it is emerging under the tendon of your brachioradialis, right? Then it is present proximal to your styloid process of the radius, and then it passes over these three tendons, right? The superficial branch of your radial nerve passes under the tendon of your brachioradialis, present proximal to styloid process of your radius, right? And then it passes over the following three tendons. Now you have to tell me in the comment section that where are these tendons, that what is the speciality of these tendons. Okay, let me tell you. These tendons are tendons of your anatomical snuff box, right? You remember the mnemonic, brevis between two longus? So these three tendons are tendons of your anatomical snuff box. So the superficial branch emerges under the tendon of your brachioradialis, then passes over the tendon of your anatomical snuff box. That is, it passes through your anatomical snuff box, and then finally it reaches your hand, right? So this is not your hand, this is your hand. So in hand, it supplies the skin on the lateral side of your dorsum of hand and your lateral 3.5 digits except the nail beds. So in hand, it is giving a sensory supply, right? So it is supplying the lateral side of your posterior part of your hand, that is your dorsum of hand, and lateral 3.5 digits except their nail beds, right? In the second part of this topic, we would study the clinical anatomy related to your radial nerve. We would study the injury to your radial nerve at different levels. And I hope everything is clear to you about the radial nerve, about its course and branches in the axilla, in the arm, in the forearm and hand. And guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you have any queries, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you.